Yeah, I went to music uni with a £40 bass that I built from a kit. You want to see the cheapest bass I've ever bought? Cheapest bass I've ever bought that I've actually used. You've seen the kit basses on eBay, probably have. If not, go check them out. But have you ever just been curious about how good a $100, £100 kit can be? And if you manage to find one of those kits for £40, what it would sound like? Well, I'm about to show you in this video. This is it. This is a bass that I built from a £40 kit. A £40 kit on eBay. I won an auction and this is it. So it's just a very typical jazz bass setup. It's a very typical jazz bass setup. 4 strings, no special pickups, volume for neck pickup, volume for bridge pickup, tone control. Very simple bridge. It was all screwed together and I did the soldering myself. So the story behind this bass, because you can see it's got Chinese writing on the side, I put that in. I just needed a way to make sure that I wasn't going to sell it because I get itchy fingers with instruments. I actually auditioned for uni on a fretless bass that I bought off Gumtree for £40. Yeah, which weirdly enough, at the time, I only had a fretless bass. So that's what I went to uni with, that's what I auditioned with. Then we started getting into more reading based stuff. We got into more like charts and sight reading and actual notes on paper. And I was like, I'm gonna need a fretted bass. And I didn't have a lot of money. So I saw this option, I'm like, you know what? Why not give it a go? 40 quid, can't really lose. But, yeah, I went to music uni with a £40 bass that I built from a kit for the first few months. And yeah, honestly, incredibly surprised by the sound. I feel like I've accidentally built a 60s jazz bass. Or even, it's weird, when I plug this in and play it, it's got almost like a P-bass sound. And I was going to strip out the pickups and preamp and change all of that because I can do the soldering myself, but I just didn't need to. It was funny, I got a compliment from my tutor who was like, I really like the sound of that bass, where did you get it from? I built it from a kit. Probably needs setting up because I've not played this one in years. This bass is an R&B, neo-soul, lo-fi machine. I don't know how it's happened, but it comes out and sounds more like a P, in my opinion, than a jazz. We'll get into that. Do I recommend kit bases? Do I recommend you do it? Not if it's your only option. There's a lot that can go wrong. The finish, I linseed oiled the body and the neck, and for a £40 piece, like if I go over this again, I'm just starting to get out some really nice wood grain that you pay a good amount of money for. I'm starting to pull that out. Obviously here's more like, the middle part is much more like table wood, but if you look closely you can start to see almost a tiger or mapling effect going on here. And I think the fact that it's not been painted and lacquered has actually made it so much more resonant and given it such an earthy sound. And then with my 4, a drop tune. I'm not sure what drop tuning I'm in right now. Must have app for musicians. I'm like C sharp right now, but it holds it quite well. These strings have probably been on this bass for 4 years now, so they got the funk in them now, and I'm never throwing away this set. They were rotor sounds initially, but I don't think that matters given the age of them now. All in all, there have not been there's not been too many like dead frets. It plays well. It's one of my favourite playing instruments, and the neck is chunky. Linseed oiled the neck as well. I kind of got that from cricket playing days. You linseed oil the neck to make it tougher, and it's brought out a lot of the wood grain. We've almost got more marbling up top if I can get it to focus. It doesn't want to show up as well on camera. It's a funk machine. This is a funk machine.